Well, I've had a lot of correspondence about that race. Many people ask me about it, many recommendations. I haven't asked for people to write. I have not tried to stir up a draft, to stir up recommendations. I've got more than I can answer. I'm getting protests for not having answered the others yet. Such a tremendous volume has grown up. And I am giving that consideration. Had we gone out of session the 1st of November, I would have had you an answer before this time, and had we gone out the 1st of December, I would have had you an answer before this
When
time.
can we expect an answer, sir?
Well, I'll have something to say on this before the Congress reconvenes the 15th of January. The Congress reconvenes then. I'm getting over Texas as fast as I can to the major population areas. And I'll be in Texas until the end of next week. I'll have something to report before the end of next week. I'd say that the chances that I will or won't run range somewhere between 40 and 60%. And I wouldn't say...
You have a responsibility to speak out and to be heard on behalf of the vast majority of people of this state who sit quietly by, unprepared and unable to articulate their own thoughts, their own hopes, their own aspirations, and their own emotions, and yet who are disturbed by what is happening around us, fearful that we're creating in this land a spirit of revolt against reason and responsibility. Because if there is anything that this state and this nation must have, it is a citizen that is aware that we have weaknesses within the framework of this democracy, but that also we have created here the finest society for men and women.
Of course, I was some anxiety at that moment. I was very much alarmed, and I came running down to the Delta ticket counter to try to see if I could get some more information about it. And I think I was most interested at that time in trying to get over to Carswell so I could be right there in case anything could happen. I was just rather excited and quite anxious about it.
Well, I guess I was just like everybody else. We were all a little nervous and anxious, but everybody was very calm on the plane.
And how did it feel when the plane finally landed at Carswell?
It was a wonderful feeling.
I'll bet
I think we were all very proud of the captain by that time.
I'll bet you
In
were.
fact, he did get a round of applause from the passengers.
Well, I'll tell you, business has been pretty good the last few days. We've had an unusual volume of mail to process through the Dallas Post Office.
What about that deadline? How will it work? When do you have to put the new rate on your letter?
Well, any letter that is postmarked on January the 7th or later must have the new rate of postage.
What does that mean when you go to put a letter in the box on Saturday?
Well, of course, our street letter boxes all have the schedule of collection of mail from those boxes. And if you put your mail for Saturday afternoon, for example, if you drop your letter in there prior to that last collection of mail from the box, it will be postmarked on the 6th, and certainly the old rate of postage would prevail. It wouldn't make any difference when it was delivered, as long as it was postmarked prior to the 7th. But if you drop it in that box after the last collection, which means the Postal Service will not collect it from the box until the 7th, then it would be postmarked on the 7th and would require the new rate posted. The rate of postage on 1 ounce ladder. And